What is going on, folks? Welcome to my very first video on YouTube. Very exciting. Happy to meet all of you geese and geesettes. So let's get right to it. Big question we're asking today: has this ever happened to you? You know, so I'm outside, you know, doing what anyone would do. You know, stirring up some squirrels so I can get some sick squirrel chasing footage. But I mean, it looks terrible. I don't know what to do. Well, if it has, this might just be your answer. Is the Feiyutech G6 Max the best beginner gimbal for DSLRs, mirrorless? Well, sort of. We'll get into that eventually. Stay tuned, folks. Alright friends, let's dive right in. I hope you liked the intro video. I made it myself. Thought it was, you know, fun little, cool little way to, you know, showcase the goods. Anyway, we're getting into the Feiyutech G6 Max. If you check the link, the description down below, we have, I'll put a time code there so you can skip to the goods or stay for the whole ride, regardless of what you're doing. I appreciate you being here. So yeah, before we get too far into this, I want to note that I have a mirrorless camera, the Panasonic G7. It's basically a regular body detachable lens camera. And I think I might have gotten the wrong gimbal for that camera. I can do the camera, the kit lens, and my microphone is really pushing it. You get kind of every so often it's like a shaking because the motor's kind of tripping. It's like, too much, you know. We've been there. We've all done the same kind of thing. So yeah, that's something definitely important to note. I did some research and I found a similar model by the same brand that I definitely should have gotten instead. But all that said, this is still a pretty decent model for the money. So let's get into the features. What's going on with the Feiyutech G6 Max? They're boasting a 50% output and increase from previous models while lowering the total weight. They've got new and improved high torque magnetic brushless motors. There are 9 different shooting modes, phone connectivity. The sucker's got a 3-axis motor lock assist to balance and store the gimbal. The payload is about 2.5 pounds. Charge via USB-C, we love that. Quick charging, quick everything. You know, it's 2021, we don't have time to waste. She's got a 2200 mAh battery. I don't know what the heck that means, but they are claiming 9 hours of battery life. I have not been using it for 9 hours, but at the rate at which the battery drains, I wouldn't necessarily say I'd be able to get 9 hours out of it, just because when I'm using it, I'm really using it, you know, go big or go home, baby, that's the motto. Anyway, 360 degree, at single axis, 2 axis, 3 axis, all follow without limitations, suitable for most shooting scenes. I'm sorry, I'm reading this directly off of the manufacturer's pinpoint websites. If that doesn't make sense to you, it didn't make much sense to me reading it just now. So let's just rock with it together, guys. So you'll see on the box here, if I can make that focus, maybe not, but it is mostly intended for cell phones, GoPros, pocket cameras, but can also, you know, put in that work with the heavier DSLR mirrorless cameras. But with some limitations, as I mentioned earlier. You know, sometimes the weight is a bit too much, but the manufacturer does provide a compatibility list, which hopefully lists like this. We've got Sony mirrorless cameras such as the Sony cameras, and we have Canon mirrorless cameras such as the EOS, M50, M5, M6, M7, all the M's, every single M, and we've got Panasonic, going from my heart, Panasonic G7, G6, GX85, whole bunch of G's, other mirrorless cameras, action cameras like your GoPros, your action cameras, and then we've got your cell phones, which I think it is definitely optimal range for the GoPros, cameras, and those smaller mirrorless cameras that may or may not have the detachable lens. I think the Sony M5, I think it is, that one's kind of like a point and shoot with the detachable lens. I think that one's probably optimum weight for this gimbal. But they also do have a lot of really cool automation features. They've got a lot of shortcuts. They've got a panning focus thing. They've got a time-lapse deal. I'll get into a lot of this a bit later, but I mean, for an entry-level gimbal, it does have a lot of that very good computational skill sets that, you know, a young filmmaker would want to have in their arsenal. So yeah, let's get into other things. Alrighty guys, I'm going to, my face, if you're wondering and confused, my face is going to be up here for the better part of this video. Anyway, let's get rocking. This is the pretty beautiful souped up box that the Feiyutech G6 Max comes with. It looks nice, it looks cool. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and open the sucker up for all you box pervs. Let's just get right into it. Open it up and you get another box. Nice. And then we open this sucker and we get yeah, so we got a lot of cool stuff in here. First and foremost, the piece de la resistance. I don't know if that's a saying or what, but here's this sucker. This is the, you know, the beast itself, the Feiyutech G6 Max. Let's get that close up to the camera. Hopefully that focused for you guys. I quite honestly have no idea. Anyway, we've got this, and we've got a handy dandy butt plug for this customer. You just spin it in right there. Couple extra inches on that, but also you get this little flower action. Sit her down, sit her up, sit her around, just like that. So yeah, that's clutch. And we've got the mounting plate for your camera or your cellular device. They also come with an adapter. Our favorite USB-C plug, that's totally not gonna focus, but you get the gist. USB-C is the future. If you're not running on USB-C, you're running in last year, baby. And then we get a bunch of goodies in this little box here, which I'll get into right now. Let's open it up. And we've got a whole bunch of cords, whole bunch of little scrunchy little cords. They're pretty cool, you know. It's a lot, but they made sure to have, you know, something that'll fit into every camera everywhere. As I said, the G6 works with the USB-C plug, and then they have adapters for 1/4 inch, the smaller one than 1/4 inch. They've got USB-C, USB. I don't know if they have lightning. Let's see if they have lightning, guys. That's a fun question. I'm seeing a lot of micro USB, but not a lot of lightning. So I guess no lightning for all you iPhone users. Quite honestly, iPhone users, you can kick some rocks. Galaxy all the way. Yeah, just, you know, get used to it. Anyway, we've got our phone adapter here. Universal. It's just a little shoop, 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 shoop. Pretty good workout if you're into that kind of stuff. So anyway, let's just get rid of all of this junkio here. What's up, guys? I'm hot, sweatshirts off, guns are out. Feiyutech G6 Max is sitting on a stool ready to go. This puppy's purring. Let's get into it. This is how you install and balance your gimbal. Okay, first things first, you need to get it to the setup and balance parameters. So, you will take the roll axis, not the tilt axis, not the tilt, the roll axis. You're going to zoop this way, zoop, put that parallel to the floor so it looks like this, or it looks like this, or it looks like that, if that helps. And you will take the tilt axis and free that sucker up. And then you take your phone. 3 things you need: phone adapter, mount, or camera mount, or phone adapter, camera, phone adapter. Okay, if that doesn't make sense, that's okay. We all get confused. Take my word for it. Don't ask any questions. So yeah, so our phone's fallen. Yikes, that's one out of balance SOB. So what you ought to do, you ought to loosen this guy right here and push it out. It's kind of easy. If it's falling one way, push the opposite way. It's all about balancing weight. I think we're all mature enough to understand the simple principles of physics. If one thing's pulling, you gotta push from the other side. That doesn't make sense. But that's okay, you know? We're trying here. So now we see that this camera is just chilling at the proximal latitudinal range of focus. Right. So then we take the roll axis, our friend from earlier. We're gonna unlock her again. She does that. She likes to spin. This puppy likes to spin. I'm gonna flip the camera like this, just so we can get a better understanding of WTF is going on here. I'm gonna lock this guy into place just because I don't like it going around all over the place. But you'll see, we've got a pretty good balance on this already. Oh, except for that time. But if we do that, if we do this, oh, well, what the heck do I know? You know what, actually that is what the manufacturer recommends. If you have these lower weight cameras, you should be able to put it at anywhere on there and it should stay. So I am balanced. Let's pretend that didn't happen. I am balanced for the most part. I'm going to take a chance on chicken and just let it ride. So we've got that. The next the next step is to get the pan axis rolling. Speaking with a lot of periods in my sentences, a lot of spaces. I like to mix it up, you know. It's Tuesday today, guys. You know, I get real frisky on Tuesdays. Anyway, as we were, here we go with this beautiful thing. We're gonna unlock this roll axis, and the idea here is that you want the roll axis, when you pick the camera up and go like that, you want the roll axis to fall so that it is parallel to the ground. And we will test that out. And it looks like we are just about solid. It's fallen, you know, just about there. So we're gonna make some tweaks, make some adjustments, make a little adjustment, and you see we're making shmoney. That's beautiful. Is that beautiful or what? That's textbook, guys. That is textbook-o. So we're gonna unlock the other axes so that we're all moving and we're all grooving. I like to hold everything in place just so the gimbal doesn't get overwhelmed. But we're gonna turn her on, press the power button on the side. You're gonna hear a really nice chime. I'll shut up for a second. Nice. And we are in business here, guys. We are gimbaling here. Let me take a video just to show you guys what it looks like on my phone's end, because that'll be fun, right? video, and now you're looking at yourselves. That's what we get. We got this nice little pan action here, up, down, and then you click it 3 times. What's up, guys? How we doing today? Back to normal. Yeah. Hey there, friends. This is me filming on my Samsung's camera, just to show you that it is possible to get all of this onto all of that. So I do apologize if the sound doesn't sound as crisp as it has been. You'll notice I have a nice Rode microphone on my camera. And quite honestly, I don't know about the camera on this Samsung. It's a Galaxy Note 10, so it's relatively new. You know, it might just knock your socks off, it might just not. I apologize if it's not, and right on if it is. So yeah, we're going to set this up with my Panasonic G7, and I've got the kit lens with a Rode microphone on there. It's not too crazy heavy, but it's definitely pushing the limits of what this gimbal here is capable of doing. Hopefully it doesn't take too extremely long. I know you guys have stuff to do today, but I thought this was important to know because, I mean, at least for myself, I would have loved to see, hey, you know, don't buy this gimbal if you have a big ass camera like this. That's not to say that it doesn't work with this gimbal, it's just a little bit more problematic. So anyway, here we go, putting it on, locking her up. So she's on. So now we are going to unlock this axis, and basically what we want is for this camera to sit upright like this. Just like that. I found that that's basically good enough. You know, I wish I could do more. I wish that this camera, you know, was fit for this gimbal, but it's definitely workable. It's definitely workable. So then we're gonna take this axis. That's a big no-no. Beautiful. Isn't that just gorgeous? Gorgeous. And then I like to keep this locked as I do the pan axis. Oh, that's an issue. That is a tiny piece of issue. And sometimes you'll notice you're just fine, and then just out of the blue, you're kind of just, whoopsies. Just gotta stay on top of that. I think there's a lot of weight that it's trying to account for here. So I think just tiny little movements are gonna make a very big difference. And then we're gonna take this very carefully, bring it down, and you'll see that that is not gonna cut the mustard for us. Go, and that'll have to be good enough for government work. You'll learn that it's not an exact science. You're able to recalibrate the device when you turn it on, so you know, take that as you will. So then we're gonna turn this puppy on, and hopefully we don't get any issues. Just for poops and giggles, I will start recording here. What's up, guys? Welcome to this view. And you see that little notch? And you see that'll happen. This is it either didn't calibrate right or too much weight. But if you follow that tip I gave earlier, oh, that's not what we wanted. See, she's not happy at all. She's angry with me. So I'm gonna go down and adapt this puppy. then it starts to boop. And now we're for the most part good. You know, we have all of that going. Vroom. But it's definitely not capable of all of this weight. You'll see it kind of gets a little confused and starts bouncing around if you're trying to do too much with it. So I'd say with the heavier cameras, you really ought to just either take it slow with them. I'm sorry, I'm probably super out of focus. Just take it slow with them, or get a different gimbal. That's what it really comes down to. I'll talk about my overall thoughts on it later. That's it for now. My battery's running out. So peace. Alrighty guys, here we are with the camera. Here I am. Hello. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you some functions, some stuff. So here we have your knobby knob. It's more of a, don't really know what to call it. Not a knob though. You don't spin it, you kind of just move it so that the camera moves as such. Just like that. And you can go down, up, just like that. And then you have a knob for real. This is a knob that will turn the camera in such a way, just like so. Yes, yes, no, no. All right. And you have on the side here, let's turn you around. You have on the side here a couple buttons. This one will bring you to your menu. Alrighty, so we are in our menu. Here's where you figure out the Inception mode, the portrait mode, and the time-lapse mode. I am more interested, however, in the second level of menu options. If you click the power button again, you will get your motor setup, knob setup, cam setup. If you're ever having issues with the balance, you know, you put a little bit much too weight on there, or it's just not all balanced perfectly, I like to do this. It's a bit quicker than going through. You scroll down to adaption and you right slide on that and it'll get shaky, real shaky, and then it'll be like bing, all good in this hood. So yeah, now we're back in the menu. We're gonna do the Inception. Inception's pretty cool. It'll turn you upside down. If you want to turn right, you can turn right. Just like that. It's a little bit slow. Turn left. And do all of that fun stuff. You know what I mean? You can set the speed. We want it to go fast. You start going a bit faster. Hey guys, how you doing down there? Getting dizzy? Yep, so that's something I did just now. So we're going to, oh, it's just gonna keep spinning. So that's cool. We're gonna turn that left, just set it back to normal, or not. There we go. She's back to normal now. You can also do a time lapse. And you're going to set a route. So say I want the camera to start there, like that. That'll be my start. And my end will be right there, set end. And it's going to do that over a whole bunch of time. So yeah, I mean, we're not gonna sit here for the whole spiel. What's up, Stinkies? Here I am re-recording this segment just because I pooped up a little bit and didn't film it all the way good enough. So here we are redoing this. I'm going to show you the different tracking modes. First and foremost, we have the half follow, which is my favorite. It will follow your panning, saves a little time, and it's a little bit more convenient than reaching up to the thing and pressing the button by yourself, but it will not follow your up and down, your vertical movements, just the side to side. And then if we hit the button again, we'll go to LK, and that's just fully stabilized, not doing much of anything at all, you know, just chilling there. We're gonna triple tap, 1, 2, 3. We're in all follow, and this guy's giving you guys a headache over here. Yeah, he likes to party, he likes to go crazy. That one's, I guess, if you're filming head bopper lot type stuff. And then we have the TF, which is, I think, just a little bit of a more calmed down version of that, you know, a little bit smoother, still a little bit headachy, but yeah. And then if we hold this button, it'll automatically default to the half follow, but in sport mode, so things are a bit quicker, a little bit faster for you, except for the manual pans. But yeah, pretty cool. Boom, boom, boom. Like you're running, boom, you know, like the murderer and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty good representation of that. Hello my geese and geesettes. I hope you are absolutely loving my very first YouTube video. Now I thought I'd take a second to talk about competition. I found two pretty good alternatives. Of course, we've got the Ronin gimbal. Those are kind of like the Apple of gimbals, and this one's more or less like the, I wouldn't say Galaxy, but you know, just the Android version. You know, it's not as glitz and glam. The Ronin, you're gonna be covered. The Ronin SC is this weight class in specific. They go for about $3.89 on Amazon. The reason I like this one is there's a lot more possibilities for automation. Excuse me. You know, you've got your time lapse, motion lapse, active track. You can control a set pan and then save it, so you can come back to the same spot and the camera will do to the exact same spot. You don't have to mess around and tweak to the same thing. I think that's really cool. They have about a 4.5 pound payload, which is just about double the Feiyutech G6 Max for the same size gimbal. And there's a lot of really cool in-app features they have. The app for the Feiyutech G6 is cool, a little bit limiting, but the Ronin software is very cool. They've got a bunch of different features that are only possible through the phone, like you can set it on a specific target and the gimbal will follow that target, kind of like a kind of deal. And there's a force mode. You connect it to your phone and your phone goes whoa whoa whoa, and it tells the gimbal to do whoa 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 at the same time in real time. That's always an option if you want to spend a couple extra pennies. But if we're gonna keep it in brand, we have the Feiyutech AC200s, which is the camera I should have gotten. It's you know, it's got the heavier payload for those bigger cameras. I'm not stuck to the kit lens. I can, you know, put multiple different lenses on, have my microphone on, and not necessarily have to worry about it. They go for about $3.49 on Amazon. Anyway, it's got about a 5 pound payload, so it can really just, you know, pedal to the frickin' metal. It'll take anything you throw at it. And I mean, other than that, it's kind of functionality-wise similar to the G6 Max, the one we've been talking about for, it seems like forever now. But it's got a really dope, like dope rosewood handle, which is definitely clutch if you're trying to get those style points on set. And it might come with a Bluetooth lavalier, which is definitely clutch as hell. So yeah, my general opinion is, I mean, for my intents and purposes, it gets the job done. You know, I get a little shake, I get a little glitz, you know, a little rough roads, but what journey in life doesn't come with a couple hurdles, a couple you know, knee scrapes and stuff like that. So I am not dissatisfied with it. I wish I had done more research before buying it, because I definitely would have gotten the AC200s. But yeah, it's a good gimbal, gets the job done. I would not suggest it if you have a DSLR or mirrorless camera, something a bit heavier, I would probably focus more on the other two that I mentioned above, behind, back before I'm talking now. So yeah, I mean it's functional. It does the job. It's got cool features. Overall, 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10, 6.8 out of 10. So yeah, if you guys like this video, dope. I appreciate the love. Let me know how I did. If it sucked, still let me know. As I said, this is my first ever YouTube video, so let me know. Tell me if I suck, tell me if I'm cool, tell me if I smell. And if you like the vibes, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've got a bunch of cool information in the description below. I have links to all of the products I've mentioned, also links to my setup, which is making my face look so gorgeous right now. So yeah, keep it cool, guys. Working on a cool outro saying, so I had one written down. Stay fly, my geese eggs.